Hello, Dan Casey, Panic Proof Retirement, coming to you from the Panic Proof Retirement Studios here in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Let's turn off this music, please. Good enough. Today is going to be a good one. So today I want to talk about Roth conversions. Number one thing people come to me is Roth conversions. Should I do it? Should I not bother? How much do I do? And what's the perfect amount that I should do every year? And of course, this is so different for everybody, right? It's got to be very customized for everybody. So that's what I want to talk about today, because I've got a bunch of really cool, sophisticated software that helps us answer that question. And a lot of times people come to me and say, well, I talked to my CPA. They said I'm too old. I'm too old to do conversions in order to make up for the losses of the taxes that had to be paid. Well, guess what? Sometimes that doesn't matter as much to people. All they want to do is give their kids tax-free money. Because with the Secure Act, as I'm sure most people know by now, your kids have to withdraw that money over a 10-year period. And depending on the balances that they're going to be inheriting, it could be a significant amount of money, which alone might be a reason, because a significant amount of money is going to have to go to taxes. But your kids could be in their peak earning years, and it could really mess up everything that they're trying to do. So I think that's a real big part of the decision right there. Another one is, all right, so I don't have time to make up for the taxes of just the income taxes, but what if the required minimum distribution that kicks in makes my Social Security taxation go up, right? Because, refer to my other video that I've got posted on my YouTube channel and various other places. If 85% of your Social Security is not taxed, well, then it certainly could be for every additional dollar of taxable income that you have. So that's something that you're going to have to want to watch, right? And then, of course, IRMA. Everybody knows about IRMA, right? And we're not talking about my Aunt Irma. We're talking about the acronym IRMA, that income-related monthly, Medicare monthly adjustment that adds to your Medicare premiums. And a lot of times the decision is just, yes, for the period between or before required minimum distributions, yes, maybe I will be paying higher in taxes. Yes, maybe I will have higher Medicare premiums than normal. But the idea is, yes, it's increased for this time period. So from 73 on, it's lower for the rest of your life. That's the whole goal we're trying to do, right? So that's what this calculator is going to do. And now I've rambled on long enough. Let's jump right to the calculator. I hate that mirror effect. Okay, so here it is. So here are the assumptions that we're going to put in. Married and filing jointly. We got 65 starting, end of age 73. That gives us our window, right? We're going to start with $753 a year. Let me get my pen. So $750,000 of IRA money, 401k money, whatever, all combined. Other taxable incomes, $30,000. That could be a pension. That could be interest from a taxable brokerage account. Could be a bunch of other things. This is their Social Security. And we get to put in how much of their Social Security is taxable, because that helps give us our fully taxable amount, right? And obviously the standard deduction is being calculated all in here, all behind the scenes. How do you find this part right here? Well, look on your 1040. Let me go back to here, sorry. Look on your 1040, and on the left-hand side is your gross Social Security amount. But on the right-hand side is they run it through provisional income formula, and that's how much is taxable. So just figure out between those two figures how much of your Social Security is taxable. Okay, that's the best way I can come up with. Let me get back into my shared screen here. Okay, so here we are. Here's where the magic is. So again, just to clarify, this is the window that we have to work with, right? Between your current age and when RMDs kick in. So what's cool is I get to adjust this to figure out how much do we want to convert. So you can see before I do anything, what we've got here is, this is taxable income. This is the taxable portion of your Social Security. And this is how much taxes we're paying. Very, very low, right? You can see over here on the right-hand side, we've got a 12% bracket and a 22% bracket. Whoops. So how much should we convert? Well, we got to keep our eye on this guy right here, right? What do we want our final IRA balance to be when we are done converting at age 73? Because that's what the RMD is going to be based on, right? So you can see, and as we get money into the IRA, we can see the Roth grow as well. So let's start playing around and figure out how much do we want to convert. Look at that IRA balance go down. Oh, and just so you know, it's growing too at an assumed rate. What assumed rate do I have? I think I picked 8%. Oh no, here it is, IRA growth rate. Let's get it up to 8%. There we go. So how much do we want to convert? Well, it really depends on how much do you want your final IRA balance to be. And we're figuring that out. We're figuring we want to make sure that your final IRA balance, when RMDs kick in, ideally is less than the standard deduction. Because on a very high level, the rule of thumb is if your additional income, and let's assume in this hypothetical that it's just money coming out of your IRA, if that's all your additional income, and that's less than the standard deduction, that will make your Social Security completely tax-free. Now, it works about 95% of the time. Obviously, people have other situations that sometimes it doesn't work. But maybe that's just your goal right there, is we're just trying to get your IRA to the point where your required minimum distribution is less than the standard deduction. Okay, so and that's going to be different for everybody. So we just adjust to make sure that we want that final IRA balance to be where we want it. And here, what's cool down in this area, people love this part. This kind of shows taxes that you're paying now in this window right here. That's the taxes that you would pay if you didn't convert. Pretty low, right? Well, look what happens when RMDs kick in. Obviously, it's substantially more. $374,929 is how much taxes you pay with no conversions. And with conversions, it's $250,000. So for a lifetime savings of $124,632. Pretty cool. So you can see, in this little window, yes, you're paying higher taxes, but then your whole life, you're paying a lot lower, right? Potentially not increasing IRMA ever for the rest of your life, and potentially not increasing Social Security either. Pretty cool. But that's it. That's Roth conversions, kind of in a nutshell. Different for everybody. Have to customize it for you. Hope you enjoy this. Talk to you soon.